Don't do it. I'm telling you it's not worth it, so just don't. Fine, whatever. Who cares? Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another Disgaea RPG video. Seeing how many people are willing to roll for Misedor, and against my better judgment, I've decided to make a video on how to use it optimally for Item World. But before we start, I want to remind you that Misedor isn't really a good unit. He isn't even that great for the gimmick he's supposed to fulfill, but if you already decided to roll for him, I might as well help you with some tips and tricks on how to use him. First, we'll need a quick review on the basic of legendary item farming. As usual, your team should be composed of Dark Santa Laharl, Pirates, or Thieves. The ideal team you want to run should have 4 copies of either Dark Santa Laharl or Pirates with their anyone active, which gives you a 20% more chest drops. While you progress through the item world, each 10 floors a boss appears. This has a chance of dropping a chest, and this chest has a chance of being either common, rare, or legendary. If you want to farm items using the drop rate increase build, you can farm on floor 30, 60, and 90. But once you have a strong enough team, farming on floor 100 becomes the best option, as you aren't hindered by the build's time limit. The item drop rate on floor 100 is always 80%. With a team of 4 anyone pirates, the drop rate increases to 100%, guaranteeing that you will get a chest each run. Of course, there's one more thing that you will need: a fast and self-sufficient DPS. Usually, I would set to go with someone like Overlord Asagi, Overlord Prier, Creator Asagi, or someone else with their own SP gen ability. But today Misedor will be the team's main DPS. Well, I know what you're thinking. Why bother making him my main DPS for the item world if I can just take out a pirate and put Misedor instead? Well, the reason is simple, because by doing that there's a chance of not receiving a chest at all. Misedor has to become a self-sufficient main DPS because you can afford to spare any of your party slots for an SP battery or another main DPS unit. If you did that, there would be no point in getting Misedor to begin with, as his abilities doesn't increase the chest drop. It gives you a new chest drop roll, and you just have a 20% chance to get a chest from it. So what does Misedor need to become a self-sufficient DPS? Well, you don't really need to worry about his attack. If you're using him for his extra chest drop, he should at least be any 5, in which case, you're also receiving the attack boost from his any 0 and the attack buff from his any 1. He also has a cheap AoE attack, but he lacks the SP to use it constantly. And before anyone suggests to use pirates to fish for combo attacks, that's not a viable option. Consistency is probably one of the most important things when farming. You don't want to rely on a chance of something happening. Clearing the stage quickly is the second highest priority when farming. You don't want your pirates to attack because that increases the amount of time you spend farming. That's why Misedor needs good equipment to compensate for the lack of supporters and self-sufficient abilities. The equipment requirements aren't really that big of a problem. First thing you will need are boots. 2 legendary boots with speed innocence will probably do the trick. Even 1 might be good enough if you had good speed innocence. Next you need a weapon with 2 SP alchemy effects. I won't bore you with the math behind it, just know that you can 3-turn clear a 3-wave stage with either of the SP alchemy effects as long as they are maxed out. Last, I would recommend you equip the missing slot with belts. Even with his abilities and the stat boost from his any levels, he might end up needing extra attack. That's all you need to know about how to use Misedor to farm the item world. He isn't really difficult to use, but you really need to invest a lot of time and resources on him if you want to use him effectively. In my case, I won't be using him. Overlord Asagi makes wonders for me in the item world, and I've stopped farming item world for a while. I only go back to the item world whenever there is a legendary chest drop up campaign. Talking about that, it's time for me to return to item world farming. Legendary items don't farm themselves after all, or do they? If you like the video, share, like, subscribe. See you then!